This is going to be a little deeper.
Okay. Oh.
I want to know why you host the Schoolhouse Rocked. I almost said the Homegrown Generation. Why do you host the Schoolhouse Rocked podcast?
Do I have multiple choice?
Well, I know the answer is going to be big. Okay, ready?
Okay.
A, because you have absolutely nothing else to do with your time. Mm-hmm. B, because you love to listen to your own voice. C, because the Lord put it on your heart and you love to encourage people. Or D, because it's more fun than playing Legos.
I'm going to say D, because it's more fun than playing Legos.
That's probably true.
Just kidding.
Which it is.
It is. No, definitely. We believe in building strong families, and the more that we have spent time with our girls in the beginning, when we started homeschooling, we really did it for, I won't say the wrong reasons, but we didn't do it for the right reasons. We started homeschooling because we wanted to protect our daughter from kind of the physical worry of her being in a public school. This was 10 years ago that we were really having to make that decision. And we were in LA County, and we didn't feel like it would be physically safe for her to go to school at that point. And that was kind of our focus. And then we went to a homeschool convention, and we talked about this a little bit recently on the podcast with Rick Green. Rick Green was the keynote speaker at that convention. And we went and we heard about homeschooling. We knew about it, but we just had so many misconceptions about what homeschooling was. We really didn't get it. And, I've said this many times, we had been married for 11 years before we had Brooklyn. And so we had a lot of time to think about parenting and homeschooling. And we always laughed at homeschooling. I mean, we were like, we would never do that to our kids. We would never do that to ourselves. And then when it came down to it and we had to make that decision, we were like, well, it's not really safe for her to go to public school. So I guess we'll try this homeschool thing. It's for kindergarten. How hard can that be? And then we went to that convention, and it was literally in 3 days, the Lord just opened our eyes, and it has been a process for us of really learning what family discipleship looks like, and the Lord really working in our hearts. And the more He's worked in our hearts, the more passionate we have become. And it's like anything else that you get really excited about. If you go have a really good meal, right now when people aren't able to go out and eat very much, if you find the best restaurant in town is now open up and you can go have an amazing meal cooked by someone else, the best steak in the world. I love steak. You go have the best, juiciest, most flavorful steak in all the land. You want to go tell everyone about it, right? You want to just share that with someone, right, with all your friends. Or if you read a good book, besides the Bible, my favorite book is The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom.
We're reading that right now with our kids.
I think every Christian in the whole world should read it.
Absolutely.
But it's such a good book, and it's one of those books that I think everyone, I just want to tell everyone about it. Like, right, you've got to read this book. Well, that's how we feel about homeschooling. It's just there's so much to homeschooling and family discipleship, and so many benefits and blessings,
right,
that we can't help but want to share it with people. And it's the same with Jesus. The older we get, the closer we get to our Savior, and the more we love Him, the more we desire Him. And so you couple those things together: family discipleship, Jesus, relationships with our kids, and you have what we have. You have a family that gets to do life together. Right. And so we want to share it with people. And it's such a desire of ours to be able to just be like, no, everyone should do this. It's so good. Right. There's so many good things about this. And so that is why we do the podcast. It's why we're filming the movie. It's why we have the blog. It's why we do our social media, stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be on Facebook at all if I had the opportunity not to be, but it is a great platform that God uses to be able to share His truth with others and to encourage other families. And so that's why we do the podcast.